Hussein or spreading Saddam talking points. Over the last couple years, Pierce, isn't it amazing just on your show? I love Vladimir Putin, and I love Hamas, and I also love Iran, and I guess I love the Houthis, but actually I'm just like a Jewish libertarian.
Laughing, like, I totally get it, I get that too.
This
like,
is,
you actually do, though.
This is a talking point that a lot of pro-Pallies do. I'm sure someone has said in Dave's comments that he's pro-Hamas and he loves Vladimir Putin. I'm not going to deny that that doesn't happen. When you're a guy that gets millions of comments, not in every post, but I mean over the course of the past 2 years, he's gotten hundreds of thousands, if not millions of comments if you add all of them up. I'm sure there are some people that have said, you're pro-Hamas, you love Vladimir Putin. I'm sure people have called him a right-wing extremist, a left-wing extreme, all that. I'm sure that's true. It is such a ridiculous point to try to bring that up as if that's even an argument. It's insane. Who cares? Who cares if people told you that? This is like Megyn Kelly's doing a lot too right now, and Tucker Carlson. It's like, they're calling me anti-Semite. Just tell me why the position is a good position or why my position is bad. Who cares what the fuck people say?
People have fucking oppositional defiance disorder, is what I think, especially Megyn.
Yeah, like, you guys hear it all the time.
Tell me what to do, I'm not gonna do it.
You guys hear it all the time when people come up on my lives and they say, Nick, can you answer? Because I was just on a pro-Israeli live and they said, what do I say every time? Anyone that watches my lives, I immediately stop them and say, hey, if you have that problem, go talk about it with them. Why don't you answer what I'm saying to you? I never said any of that. I might agree with it, I might not, I don't know, but it's like, who cares? I also would never hold a pro-Palestinian to something that another pro-Pally yesterday told me, all right? Unless they repeat it and they say agree with it, then sure. But it's who cares?
Arian from Brooklyn who doesn't want to see more people get killed and my country get bankrupted. That's really the truth of this. And for all of you guys, your response is always, excuse me, no interrupting, little girl. And for all of you guys, listen, again, this is my.
That was actually pretty funny by Dave Smith. Not gonna lie, it was kind of funny.
Don't invite me on.
Let me come to the general. General, before I come to you for the final word, because you deserve the final word.
You talked more than me, General.
I mean, Dave makes a very good point. I remember being called a Saddam apologist because I thought the illegal war in Iraq was an atrocity that should never have been waged. And I've similarly been called an anti-Semite because I think that the Israeli government went way too far in Gaza. All of these things are preposterous.
Again,
I hate that Cenk is like, yeah, like, okay, Pierce might not be an anti-Semite, but you are, Cenk.
Right. Again, that might be true, but so fucking what? I cannot stand this, like, victim attitude. I don't care even if a pro-Israeli says it, right? Like, I don't care. Who fucking cares? I hate people that go on, like, everyone thinks I'm an anti-Semite. I mean, you might actually just be an anti-Semite. You might not be, but who cares? Just tell me why your position is right, and tell me why this position is wrong. And give me specific sources. Answer the actual questions, Dave. Right? Cenk, stop bringing up Israel when literally no one fucking said anything about Israel. Why are you bringing up the Palestinians don't exist? Who the fuck mentioned Palestinians? Just answer the questions and tell me why. And these people, they end up winning debates, especially against even like people like me, because what I do is I want to hear your point and I want to be very direct. I want to be very specific because when I answer you, I don't want you to deflect and say, oh, no, that's not what I said. I said this. It's like, yeah, because you're being so vague. That's why during my lives, I make people get very specific. And yes, it's at the expense that I have to drop a lot of people because a lot of people who think they beat Nick in a debate because, oh, Nick just dropped me because you're not getting specific enough and it allows you to have this plausible deniability that allows you to pivot to one subject to another and you just keep continuously pivoting. I don't want to do that. It's insane with this like Piers and Dave and some pro-Israelis do it too. Well, I'm just getting called this name and that name. Who cares? I don't care. I really don't care. I don't even care if Cenk comes onto the live and says, I am a neo-Nazi. I will still have the debate with you. I really could care less.
And they're a deliberate attempt to stifle.
I mean, I care in a moral sense. You're a piece of shit. But
couldn't care less.
Couldn't care less. You're right. I couldn't care less.
Freedom of speech and genuine opinion. I think it's a great shame. I've known Cenk and Dave for quite a long time now. I've never heard a moment of anti-Semitism from either of them. And to say that is what motivates them as a hatred of Jewish people is completely preposterous. Well, hang on, Alika. I've got to. We've run out of time. I just want to say that
about Cenk, that's very disingenuous.
Yes.
No, it's not. He's not
thank
anti-Semitic.
you.
Hell
He has a
you
big problem with
hater. This is
he has a big problem with he has a big problem with the Israeli government. Let's not get into it.
Doing insults? Let General Clark talk.
If somebody can, okay, for another show, but Elika, if you want to go away and find me evidence of Cenk Uygur saying anything which indicates a hatred of Jewish people, that's fine. If you want to find me evidence where he says he hates Jews,
That wasn't a good response. I mean, it's funny, but it's not. It's not what
What'd
she
she
said.
say?
She just said his existence. It's. I don't know. I don't like this whole like little back and forth like backhand comments, even when it comes from our side. It's just stupid.
No, but she's right because it bothers. Like, don't group him in with Dave.
Well,
No, but she's not right
he
to say
said
his
look
existence.
He said look for evidence, but he's ending the show soon. So I think she was just throwing in something before he
No,
let
he
someone
said
else
get
talk.
back to me. He said look for evidence and get it to me. I would have. If she wanted to make a quick jab, she should have just said earlier in this live right now. He said that's how the everything is controlled. No, but I'm saying if she wanted to get in a quick jab, just be like, just this live right now. And he said it's all being controlled by Jews, like everything
Maybe
that
his
the
team
American
will
government
reach out
can.
to her and ask her to send them stuff.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, you want to talk about an Israeli point of view?
Show me
My
evidence.
existence offends you, and I'm the person who's a bigot. You're the
I didn't
bigot.
say that.
Let General
I
Clark
said
talk.
your existence is the evidence.
Okay,
You literally said that.
I'm going to wrap things
We
up.
have it on
I'm going to
tape.
wrap things up by coming to General Clark. So please give the general some respect. I can tell you that the money market, Polymarket, says there's a 21% chance of a US strike on Iran by March the 1st, 57% chance
I'm gonna say March the 5th.
by March the 31st,
Before March the
73% chance by the end of the year. Over $370 million has been spent in this market. So the smart money going on an attack by the end of March. Would you agree with that, General?
What I'd say is that when you start dropping bombs on nations, and it's easy to start a war, it's not easy to finish it. So we don't know what's going to happen when it gets going. So there's going to be a lot of judgment calls between now and then. And we're just going to have to see how they go. But I will say this, that there has been a continuum of American interest to see a peaceful Middle East, and that Iran has been the troublemaker in that Middle East since the overthrow of the Shah. And secondly, that in terms of Israel itself, I was there when Israel pulled back out of southern Lebanon. Some people said, you're making a mistake. Ehud Barak said, nope, we're going to do it. Sure enough, it led to trouble. I was there when later when Israel pulled out of Gaza. And they said, no, let's let Gaza be there. I remember when Condoleezza Rice advocated for democracy. Let's have the Palestinians vote, and they voted in Hamas. So there have been many, many efforts to head this off, and yet Israel finds itself in a very, very unfriendly area. The Abraham Accords, that was a good step forward. But who's against the Abraham Accords? Well, Iran, of course. They don't want peace in the region. Now, in terms of what's happening inside Israel, I'm a believer in a two-state solution. The same solution that President Clinton tried to get implemented in 1999, 2000, and was blocked by the...
Who needs enemies when you have friends like that?
It's so annoying when they're like, just like Clinton did. It's not 1999.
Why isn't he mentioning the proxies? Like, Elika got 2 words out about it, and he was supposed to address it.
That's what happens, dude, when you have even pro-Israelis that are fucking left-wing.
So why are there 5 guests at the same time? It's so ineffective.
It's a TikTok
Have 2
panel.
or 3.
It's a TikTok panel on Light TV.
It's insane. That's like these people that even defend Israel and say, oh, these are the problems, and it's like you listen to them and you're like, this is a guy that gets it, and then they go, I'm pro two-state solution. Like, okay, so you really don't get it, or you do get it and you just want continuous war. Like, it's insane how you can say that Iran is the problem in the Middle East since 1979, which is an accurate statement, and they have caused problem after problem after problem since 1979. It's not even like they got into power and they were good for a decade. No, it was immediate. And then to say, I want to give the Palestinians who have the same fucking type of ideology, I want to give them a whole state. Jesus.
PLO,
The
Yasser
dumbass
Arafat,
Cenk saying
and
that
probably
Israel is
by
the problem for all the
Iranian
wars
money.
and not Iran.
So
The reason these like left-wing pro-Israelis say that is because they want to come off as like, I'm one of the good guys. Yes. I want to be one of the good guys. See, I'm pro two-state solution. See, I'm peaceful, so you can't attribute me to what Smotrich or Ben Gvir says and blah, blah, blah. It's like, where's the fucking nuance? I can disagree with something individually about something Smotrich might say, or BB, or Ben Gvir, or anyone. And I can still have my position. Stop like capitulating because you're like, oh, I'm pro two-state solution, guys. So I'm one of those like Zionists that's not super extreme. Fuck them. You don't owe them shit.
I hate to break it to you, dude, but the two-state solution is still the default position for the great majority of the world.
I know.
So he's not out of line. He's not out of step with consensus. We are.
No, I don't care what. No, my argument isn't coming from a place of consensus. It's coming from a place of logic. I don't care.
I didn't say it's coming from a place of consensus. I'm saying the consensus position is a two-state solution. Those of us that oppose a two-state solution are outside the mainstream.
I agreed. Irrelevant. I don't know what that has to do with what I'm saying. But yeah, I agree. Most people have that position because most people are ignorant to the situation.
Because no one has offered, because there's never been a alternative position offered that anyone.
Positions.
No, there is not. Not a legitimate alternative position
one sec, babe.
On the international stage. Even Israel hasn't offered
on the international stage. And here's
even Israel. What's Israel's alternative position?
That includes the international stage, but that's my
what
problem.
What is Israel's alternative position?
I didn't say there was. It's irrelevant. My point is that I get more upset when people do seem like they understand and they say all the things that are the problems, and then they still say two-state solution. I don't mind that the consent. Well, I do mind, but I get why the consensus is two-state solution because a lot of ignorant people are going to be like, "Yeah, two-state solution is peaceful, right?" It's when people are not ignorant and then they come out as two-state solution. That's what.
It's not a matter of ignorance. It's a matter of there's no alternative. You can't expect people to support another.
Don't you think that it's a little different that this general who should understand that two states is not possible as opposed to like a random person who watches the news?
First of all, I think you're granting someone a level of knowledge and wisdom.
General has knowledge.
Oh well, I said wisdom. I said wisdom too, and I don't know that he has wisdom. Wesley Clark's been goofy on a bunch of issues for a lot of years, so I don't know that he has the wisdom. But again, if you're going to go on a television show and say, I oppose the two-state solution, the logical next question is going to be, then what do you support? And unless you have a viable answer, you're going to come off looking like an idiot. If you have a viable answer, that's fine. But if there's no legitimate alternative plan to the two-state solution, I don't support it. I don't think it can work. But what's the alternative?
First off, I don't think that you always, I mean, I agree with you should have one, but I don't think it's a good argument to say, well, because you don't have a legitimate alternative that can convince me, therefore I reject that you're anti-two-state solution. You can say I'm against a two-state solution and I want to work to a better solution that I don't have the answer to right now. Right,
what is it?
That's my point, is that it's totally
that's not
okay
an answer.
To say, of course it is. It's totally okay to say that this is, hold on. It's okay to say that I'm against something and we as the community should work to a better solution. I'm not saying I wouldn't have a solution. I can answer it, but I'm just saying if you really don't know, just because there's not an alternative doesn't mean you have to be for something. That's ridiculous. You don't have to be for...
I'm saying if you are presenting yourself as a expert or an authority figure, which is what the general is doing, which is why he's on the show, if you oppose the consensus, you have to have an alternative. To just say, I oppose this, I think there's a better solution.
Well, he didn't have to say it at all.
That's different.
Yeah, he went out of his way to say it.
I agree with that statement, but that's not my point. My point is he just said, I'm pro two-state solution because he wants to say to his opponents, look at me, I am actually one of these, because
that might be the best option that he has seen of. That's what I'm saying. If you have no other options, you're going to default to the consensus. He is a consensus guy. He's part of the establishment. He's going to take the establishment position.
He didn't have to mention it at all.
Well, he didn't have to mention it, but we're not talking about why he mentioned it. We're talking about his position. His position is the mainstream consensus establishment position. He is a mainstream establishment person. To come on a show like this and say, I oppose the two-state solution, but I don't have an alternative, would make him look ridiculous. He would look idiotic.
Originally, we were mentioning the fact that his intent was obviously to play to the left and to capitulate, because he brought it up out of nowhere. And
I think he's also trying to separate himself. He's trying to separate himself from Mike Huckabee and also put himself in line because they're saying that Israel controls America. So he's saying, look, I want this thing. But Hammer, Israel, I mean, I don't know if this answers your question. It kind of doesn't. But Israel's other solution is that the Knesset voted to make it all Judea and Samaria. And so two-state is just Jordan.
Yeah, but the conversation wasn't going to go there right now.
Of course not.
Well, but that also doesn't answer Gaza.
Gaza is cursed land and should be turned into an amusement park.
Well, that's fine. I'm all for it. I think we should kick them all out and turn it into a fucking Las Vegas East. I'm cool with that. I don't give a shit.
Why is that not a solution?
Huh?
Why is that not a viable solution?
It's you're saying go on international television and say my solution is to ethnically cleanse 2 million people and turn it into Vegas.
I don't think it's about.
I don't think that would go over well.
No, not Gaza, Judea and Samaria.
Wait.
No, I'm talking Gaza right now.
Wait, let me answer. So again, as I'm going to repeat what you said, it's not necessarily about why he did or didn't bring up something that nobody asked him to. You said like we're just talking about his position and why he has that position. I'm saying it's not even necessarily about saying it on Piers Morgan. Like I said, I don't think he should have just said anything about it. Nobody brought it up. Simply just talking about this idea that there's no other viable solution that's been offered. There's a lot of solutions, whether you agree with them or not. I'm not necessarily saying that all people should be kicked out.
No, they're not solutions. They're ideas.
The two-state solution is a solution. I feel like it's also
no. I don't. No, the two-state solution in its ideal form, sure. Based on what these people think could happen, they think it's a solution. But my idea of ethnically cleansing all of Gaza and turning into Vegas is not a solution because it's not viable. It's ridiculous. It's not a legitimate position to take.
But Hammer, that's not part of the idea because the peace plan is already on the table for Gaza. So Israel already backed out. Like they already have plans for Gaza. When I'm talking about Judea and Samaria specifically, because he's talking about settlements, expansion, all that shit. You know, I'm talking about Israel and the vote that they had in the Knesset to just like declare all the land Israel. I don't know how logical that is or what that's going to entail as far as like terrorist groups are concerned in that area. But, you know, that's
it's a great idea for us to talk about on TikTok. In practical terms, it's a terrible idea.
Well, of course, it's not, you know, but this is the only other option offered. But this guy is just trying to show, I think, and that's why he put it up out of nowhere, that, look, I'm part of the establishment, but this idea that Israel controls America is incorrect because this is not an Israeli idea. This is an American idea.
I think the right answer is there's no solution.
Right. So you do agree with me. I think it's okay to say that I am against a two-state solution.
No, what you said is I'm against a two-state solution and I'm looking for a better solution. There is no better solution.
I never once said that.
That's what you said.
I never said that.
Rewind the tape and see what you said.
I specifically said I cannot stand I said, why do you need enemies when you have friends like this? And I said specifically, I do not like these people that make all the right statements. They totally understand how the IRGC from the very beginning, not even like 10, I remember saying this. I said not even a decade break from the very beginning has been a problem. And then they say, well, I want to give the Palestinians a second state. I've never once said I'm looking for a better solution.
You didn't say it. You said that's how he could have answered it.
I didn't say that either. You're the one.
Rewind the tape and you'll see it. Rewind the tape and you'll see it.
Don't need to. You're the one that said he should bring up a second solution. I never said that.
No. You said that his answer could have been.
No, I said
I don't have a solution, but I want to work towards a better solution.
No, that was in response to what you said. I didn't say that originally. I said he shouldn't have brought it up at all originally.
No, he shouldn't have brought it up, but he did bring it up, and he brought it up as a way to maintain his
You're right.
position.
I said that because of what you said specifically. I said he could answer that way. I didn't agree with that answer. I'm just saying to answer your question, but I never said
that's not an answer, but that's not a good
answer. I agree with you. I was just responding to what you said, but I agree with you. That's not an answer.
There is no solution. The same way there's no solution to Kashmir, the same way there's no solution to China and Tibet. There are geopolitical issues that are simply unsolvable. And that's just the way it is. That's life. Not every problem has What's the solution to Kashmir?
It should go to India.
Okay, but it's not going to. So now what's your plan?
Again, it's not going to because we have people like the establishment that want to have continuous the status quo of war.
600 million Pakistanis.
I reject the fact that they would actually all go in, but sure, yeah, okay.
You don't need all of them. You just need the military.
First off, Kashmir originally sided with India. It was Pakistan.